When you talk about automotive industry, it is mainly that you have to deliver results. Like in a lot of business, you have to deliver market share, sales volume, customer satisfaction in sales and after sales service, and you have to make money. So performance is a very important issue in the automotive industry and most likely like in any other industry. And to combine the automotive industry with the issue of business networks is a very interesting subject. So when the first time I was related or connected with that subject of the IMP and the business networks, it came to my attention that there might be also other subjects important for delivering a certain performance. You know that in the automotive industry you have the same product, at least if we are talking about a specific brand, be it Volkswagen, Ford, Opel, Toyota, you have a certain product that has a certain price, it has certain financial, let's say, possibilities, it has the same distribution channel, it has the same tier 1 national marketing access. However, the performance of our most important business network partners in the sales and distribution channel, which are the dealers, is different. So it came to my attention, and to my question was, is there something else than the famous marketing 4P or 12P or 16P? Every time there are more P's behind product and price and place and so on. People and planning and processes, PPP. But there are also, I believe, the issue of relationships. Now, the question is, how does a business network look like in the automotive industry? And I'm explicitly referring to the sales and distribution channel. That is very interesting because most of the literature up to now and most of the papers that were published and written focus very much on the purchase supplier side and the relationship that the purchase and suppliers have with the OEM, the original equipment manufacturer. Nobody looked so far into the sales and distribution channel. However, this is a very interesting issue, not only because of the performance, but also because there are a lot of relationship issues, especially with the dealers. So we looked into what are our networks and who are our main actors. And the main actors, obviously, after doing a lot of research and talking to presidents, CEOs of important automotive companies, it was very clear it is our dealers. And please take into consideration that we are discussing B2B relationships. We are not discussing B2C, so we are not taking into consideration the employees or single persons. We look into institutions, into companies. And when we refer to companies and sales and distribution, it is the dealers that are our main partners and business partners. And with those we create a business network. But the question is, how can it come that dealers that have the same access to the same product, with the same price, with the same financial frames, the same product quality, they have the same marketing is being delivered. Why are dealers performing still different? There are high-performing dealers, there are low-performing dealers. And that drew my attention to the issue of the management of business relationships, which is the subject also of the IMP since many, many years. So I put that together and we looked into the issue of business relationships and company performance in the automotive industry, in the sales and distribution channel. And we made a lot of research, and we could find out that there are relationships that drive performance. But if you want to prove, if you like, this hypothesis that the better the business relationship characteristics are managed or actually are executed, the better the performance of the players in that network, we have to think about how can we operationalize or how can we measure business characteristics. And that means that we first have to find out which are the most important business characteristics. And we made, again, some research. We asked dealers, we made focus groups, we had a qualitative, quantitative research, and we found out that basically 4 characteristics are the most important ones that drive the quality of a relationship. And that is trust, it is respect, it is openness, and it is commitment. We called them, maybe a little bit marketing idea behind, but we called them TROC. So trust, respect, openness, commitment. These 4 characteristics drive company performance. Now the question is, how can we now prove the hypothesis? How can we prove that that the better these characteristics are managed and lived, the better the performance is? So very easy. We made again research about the evaluation about these characteristics. So we asked questions with respect to trust, respect, openness, and commitment. We evaluated the results, and we had, let's say, an indicator which we called a TROC indicator. And this TROC indicator we put into a relation of the performance delivered by the dealers. Now this TROC indicator was basically evaluated by the sales managers and managing directors of the brands that were running, Volkswagen, Skoda, Ford, Opel, whatever. And they had to evaluate every single dealer in respect and in context with each relationship. And then we had, on a Likert scale from 1 to 5, we had very clear an indicator and a level of TROC for each dealer. And then we looked into secondary data. We looked into the business management data of the company. In order to completely independent from the evaluation of the TROC indicator, we looked into the business management to find out at which level do these dealers perform in terms of market share, sales volume, customer satisfaction, in sales and in after sales, which is measured in conducted surveys and very sophisticated questionnaires and analysis. And we looked into the financial results of the dealers. We put that all together and dig deep in the business management and could evaluate, looking into the bonus payout system of the dealers, which is very important because it's all about money, and in order to evaluate the level of bonus that the dealer has to be paid, we have to look into the fulfillment of targets. And the fulfillment of targets shows if a dealer is performing better or performing worse. And so we could find a position of the dealer in the performance in terms of KPIs. And on the other hand, we had the evaluation of the TROC. And then we put these both things together in a matrix, and we made a correlation analysis. So a lot of statistics came to it, from Kronbach's alpha to R. Pearson coefficients and standard deviations. We had to put everything, but I don't want to dive too much into statistics. But it showed at the end of the day, when we had all that together, it showed and proved the hypothesis positively that a better management of relationships, of B2B relationships, especially with the main actors, delivers better performance for both companies, for the wholesaler and for the dealer. And that is something that in the future should be, and that is my recommendation, much more be integrated into a business, to learn how to manage relationships, to find out who are your main actors in your business network, and then why not in the balance scorecard of a company also implement one KPI that shows the level of the quality of the relationship with your partner. And if you work on that consistently and over time, because good relationships are built over time, then I believe we all can come to a much better performance of both companies in terms of market share, sales volume, and customer satisfaction, and of course money.